Sometimes you find yourself in a dilemma. Hey, everyone is enjoying it. Why am I not enjoying it? I am certain that this fell in my zone. I am supposed to enjoy it. Am I doing something wrong? These were exactly the thoughts that were going through my brain while playing The Witcher 3. I do not intend to say that this is a bad game. This is not. It is without a doubt very well written and also has some of the best voice acting and animation I have seen in a game. In fact, if you like the kind of gameplay that The Witcher 3 provides, I could easily see how you might believe that this is one of the best games ever made. Above all else, I respect this game for the sheer amount of talent and effort put into it. Still, even though bulk of this video will be focused on why the game was not meant for me, I would like to point out certain flaws of the game that should be applicable to all players. A. The loot distribution. Let me tell you a little story. There was this quest where you had to this elf weaponsmith to make a deal and you would get a sword as a reward. I was under leveled for this quest. The enemies were a pain to deal with, but hoping to get a good sword at the end, I did it anyway. The reward sword I got was 2 levels lower than the sword I already had and was did 10 points less damage. More often than not, fodder enemies have better weapon than you have. Same goes for armor. This means that you can go ahead and search for chests or stashes on the map, but chances are they won't have anything useful. More often than not, you are not well compensated for doing most of the things that you are supposed to do. I spent most of my money repairing shit in the early game. Finding items for oils and other things can be very tedious and boring. Crafting as a whole isn't that enjoyable even though it is pretty much essential in higher difficulties. There are still loads of bugs in this game. I played on PC and a mod fixed the issue I had, but before that my main quest bugged out. The bug is a problem where you cannot talk to Gretka, the girl who was with Ciri. This means you cannot do the main quest. Looking into the forums on Steam and the Witcher subreddit, it is clear that the bug has been in the game for over 4 years and is probably not getting fixed. Now, the following are the ways the game clash with my style of play. In Witcher, the hand-holding is way too much. The game smothers you like an overbearing parent. This means my main problem throughout the playthrough was that nothing was left to the player to find out. From outlining every quest, showing the route on the map, to pointing out how to defeat a certain enemy. This means you pay too much attention to the minimap for almost all the time you're exploring. Now I know that you could turn off minimaps and hints in this game, but the problem with that is the game wasn't designed to be played that way. Meaning there are certain times where you won't be able to progress because the game doesn't actually tell you where to go specifically. Also, most of the quests have a predetermined route to follow, and this means I can find my own solutions. Next is the pacing. The pacing of the main story feels off. I won't say too much about it, but the pacing in this game drops off near Novigrad. The game can be divided into 4 parts: White Orchard, Velen, Novigrad, and Skellige. White Orchard to Velen to Novigrad was a journey with superb pacing and ends in our first taste of what the Wild Hunt is capable of. And then it just grinds to a halt at Novigrad. And due to this, I lost all interest in the plot of the whole game. Next are the cutscenes. There are way too many cutscenes in the game. They are too long for no particular reason. Don't get me wrong, they are well made. But I don't like to have to remove my hand from keyboard so often. This game was just not for me.